Well, it's that time again, friends. The time where, while, yes, we do get a new standard legal Magic the Gathering set, we have to say goodbye to the older ones, sending them off to hopefully see play in other formats.
With the release of Bloomburrow on August 2nd and 3 days earlier, that being July 30th, on Magic the Gathering Arena, it will bring about rotation for Standard both for tabletop Magic as well as Standard and Alchemy over on Magic the Gathering Arena. Hi, I'm MookDubs. I make Magic the Gathering content on TikTok and Instagram, and I'm here today to talk to you, that's right, you, about how the upcoming rotation will affect the metagame, but also how it might affect some of the decks that you're playing right now. Now, for those of you who have been playing Magic the Gathering for a while and know all about rotation, you can go ahead and go to this time code to skip all of this and just get into talking about cards that are rotating out. But for those of you who don't know about rotation, you're asking, what do you mean rotate? What do you mean I can't play these cards anymore? The pool of cards that are legal and standard start off with the set that's released in the fall. In the past, that would then start a 2-year time period of legality for that set and other standard legal sets to be released every 3 months or so. But with the release of Wilds of Eldraine, that 2-year period was expanded to 3, so we didn't see a rotation in Standard last year. So when Bloomburrow releases, the current 4 oldest sets will be rotated out to make room for the new sets. And now you might be asking the question, what's the purpose of rotating a set out? Above all, it's to keep the Standard format fresh. Older cards leaving and being replaced with newer ones breeds innovation in deck building while giving players of different archetypes new tools to bring into their decks. And just like in the Eternal format, Pauper, CEDH, Modern, new decks that are entering the meta that are breaking things up are always exciting to see. How far will it go? How long will its reign last? What's the hot tech that it's running? Keeping a format fresh is key to it being fun and enjoyable to play. But it also gives the designers of Magic the Gathering flexibility when designing new cards. They don't need to worry so much about how a new card is going to interact with an older card. I mean, it's not like Magic the Gathering players would abuse a 2-mana creature with a win the game ability and pair it with a 1-mana instant to create a 2-card 3-mana instant speed combo, right? And now you're all caught up. So how is this rotation going to be affecting the metagame for Standard? Let's get into it. Starting things off with the oldest set in Standard, Innistrad Midnight Hunt gave us plenty of humans. So with cards like Lunarch Veteran, Intrepid Adversary, Brutal Cathar, and Cathar Commando rotating out. So both Mono White and Boros human decks will be needing some new human pieces. Play with Fire and Fading Hope, which provide answers for threats while also providing some top deck manipulation, will be leaving as well. Along with powerful late game draw spell Memory Deluge. Next is the second part of the Innistrad double feature, Innistrad Crimson Vow. Crimson Vow doesn't seem to be taking too much with it, notably another potential piece from human decks and Hopeful Initiate. Seeing play in some aggro lists is the Planeswalker Challenger Just to Kill. Other than that, the only other cards from this set worth mentioning are the cards with the Cleave ability, but outside of Path of Peril and maybe Lantern Flare, I really don't see too many players stressing out over losing these. While it was nice returning to Kamigawa after so long, Neon Dynasty is next, and with it rotating out, it may have the largest effect on Standard. With the set having a large focus on enchantments, the Selesnya enchantment deck is effectively rotating out with the set. And not to leave the red players out of it, Kumano is also rotating out, which sees play in nearly all red-based aggro strategies. Humans are taking another hit, and the only reason to try to run Mardu humans with Ishin and its double trigger ability leaving. The Wandering Emperor, March of Otherworldly Light, and March of Swirling Mist are showing control players aren't immune to rotation. And most notably are the Channel lands leaving. Takanuma, Aiganjo, Sokenzan, Otawara, and of course Boseiju. These lands are in nearly every list I could find, as they are the easiest card to add to any deck with providing a ton of upside, and there's literally no reason to not run at least one copy. Last but certainly not least is Streets of New Capenna. This looks like another set that won't have a major impact on Standard when it rotates out. Some cards like Rafine see play in control decks, and Ledger Shredder has been known to do some work. There are some fetch lands that I saw in some budget brews, but hardly anything more competitive players would notice leaving. Now, if you play on MTG Arena, the same sets will be leaving Standard when Bloomburrow releases, but if you play Alchemy, these sets have already rotated out, as Alchemy sticks to the 2-year rotation cycle, so a different batch of sets will be rotating out of Alchemy.
You may want to take a seat for this one.
Goodbye, The Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth.
The One Ring sure was a wild ride. So long to March of the Machine and Aftermath, which actually brought us some really cool dinosaur cards like Atali. And even though they're gone, dinos will always be cool. So long to Phyrexia, All Will Be One and its Alchemy version. We were pretty jubilant to jund them out with a new Tyvar card, although he'll have to continue his fight elsewhere. Look at this dude, straight up cracking a guy. A farewell to the Brothers' War and its alchemy version. We'll always remember the rush of trying to meld Mishra. And one final sorry, not sorry to everybody losing Shieldred the Apocalypse when Dominaria United rotates out.
Oh, hold on. I'm getting a phone call. Yes? Oh, hello. The president of Magic the Gathering Arena. What's that? You want me to tell them how players can get a renewal egg containing card rewards and an additional set mastery track so long as they log into their accounts prior to rotation when Bloomburrow releases on Arena July 30th? Yeah, no problem. Yeah, okay, bye. No, you hang up first. That's right, a renewal egg for just playing the game on MTG Arena. You'll see this little egg when you log into Arena, and in that egg will be a whole bunch of free stuff. You're going to get 10 random card rewards from non-rotating sets like Murders of Carlisle Manor, Lost Caverns of Ixalan, Wilds of Eldraine, and Outlaws of Thunder Junction. You're also going to be able to unlock some additional rewards from Bloomburrow, including 3 packs, 2 jump-in tokens, 4 random uncommons, 2 random mythics, and some sleeves. And again, you don't need to do anything to get these rewards other than log into MTG Arena prior to Bloomburrow releasing on July 30th. Obviously, we couldn't go over everything, and these are just some of the cards that are rotating out. So let me know in the comments down below, what cards are you most upset to see leave? What cards are you most excited to see leave? And what cards are you going to be testing out in your decks? Once again, I'm MookDubs. I am on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, where I post short-form Magic the Gathering comedy, skits, bits, memes, and things of that nature. And I will hopefully see you all in a future video.